fat controller had sent Henry away to be mended, which meant more work for Edward, Gordon and James. They had to pull Henry's trains as well as their own. One of these is the special fish train called the Flying Kipper. Gordon and James did not like the Flying Kipper. "I don't know what's worse," complained James. "Having to get up extra early, or having to pull those smelly vans. Blech!" "It might be smelly, but it's still important," said Edward. "Just like the express."
"Rubbish!" snorted Gordon. "The Kipper is nothing like the express."
"Yes it is," said cheeky Percy. "The only difference is your passengers are fish. At least they don't complain whenever you're late." Gordon fumed as Percy chuckled away. The weather was bitterly cold. Snow and ice lay all around, and the winter wind chilled the engines to their frames. One evening, James was on his way to the shed when the inspector stopped him.
"Percy is busy in the yard. I need you to help with the shunting at the harbour, please."
James was cross.
"It's freezing down there. Can't it wait till tomorrow?"
"No, it can't. They need the vans for the Flying Kipper at the fish quay. There's a big freeze tonight, so you must shut the vans inside the goods shed. Hurry along now."
James grumbled dreadfully as he collected the fish vans. But he was so cross that he hadn't listened properly. He left the vans beside the goods shed and then steamed quickly back to his own shed to get warm. The vans shivered as they stood on the cold fish quay. Early the next morning, it was Gordon's turn to take the Kipper. He muttered crossly as he headed towards the harbour. The vans were already loaded when Gordon arrived. When everything was ready, the guard showed his green lamp.
"Come on, let's go! Come on, let's go!"
puffed Gordon.
"We won't go! We won't go!"
complained the vans.
"Yes, you will!"
ordered Gordon. Puffing hard, he dragged the screeching, groaning trucks out of the harbour and towards the main line. Now Gordon was very strong, but even he found it difficult. The train seemed heavier than usual, and the vans wouldn't stop complaining.
"Ugh, what a nuisance trucks are,"
he thought to himself. Then, at the junction, his driver saw the signalman waving a red lamp. They stopped outside the signal box. "What's the matter?" asked the driver.
"You've left your brakes on," called the signalman. "I can see sparks coming from your tracks."
The driver and fireman were puzzled. When they went to look, they got a big surprise.
"Oh, bother," said the fireman. "The axle boxes on the vans are frozen solid, and their wheels won't turn. No wonder they were difficult to pull."
They had to melt the ice so their wheels would turn properly. It took a long time indeed. At last, Gordon was on his way again, but he was very late, cold and cross. The fat controller was cross too. When he found out about James, he made him pull the Kipper for the rest of the week to teach him a lesson. Gordon was glad not to have that job for a while, but he knows now how important it is after all. And for once, he agreed with Percy about something.
"It's just as well the fish can't complain," he remarked. "This yard is loud enough already, with James and the trucks moaning and groaning together.